Hello, guys. How are you doing today? My name is Ayodiji, and welcome back to Farmer Hub TV, your YouTube station where we talk about to different farmers about their farms, what they've gone through, what they've achieved, both failures and success, and where we try to get the conversation going about different aspects of farming. I have a continuing topic today, which is about the cattle production, business of cattle production. And we have another guest who's going to be talking to us about a different aspect of cattle production. We're going to introduce him very soon, but I would like to quickly play our intro. Hold on, please. Yeah, thank you. Welcome back once again. Like I said, my name is Ayo, and this is Farmer Hub TV, and we still talking about cattle production, and we have a different guest on here, in the name of Alhaji Aliyu, who is into dairy cattle farming. Also, if also the production of fattening of cow, so fattening of cow and milk production for both cows and camel. So I'm going to bring him online right now. Good day, sir. Good day, Alhaji. How are you doing today?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. Welcome to our show, Farmer Up TV, where we try to get the best perspective about farming in Nigeria and also in the world. Our whole idea about the show is to get farmers starting up right, doing it right, and achieving success in the farming and the agricultural sector, basically. So we are here to talk to you about cattle production, precisely dairy farming and fattening up of cow. I would like you to do a little introduction of yourself for us, so before we go on the show. Thank you.
Okay. My name is Aliyu. I'm the marketing manager of Al Food and Beverages, and I'm the owner of Haidar Farms. We're into both camel and cow dairy. That's me.
Okay, that in a nutshell. That's good. So my first question to you is why milk production?
Okay, actually, I was motivated by two things. I'm a northerner, and I noticed that in the north we consume a lot of milk, and most of the milk we consume, especially in my state in Katsina, where 70% of the milk we consume comes from the middle belt. So I started thinking of actually, why don't I have a dairy in Katsina where we can have fresh milk? So actually, that's what actually motivated me. The demand actually motivated me. And then I started with the cows, and then I realized this now. So I decided to venture in both the two aspects, the cow dairy and then the camel dairy. So actually, I was motivated by demand.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's the best way to go about it. So if you are like, how many cows do you have to have, or how many cattle animals you have to actually be comfortable to call yourself a dairy farmer?
It really doesn't really matter. It depends on your strength. If you have one cattle, just one cow, if you have one cow, and that cow can give you 10 liters a day, you are in business, which means in the average of 200 days, that same cow will give you ₦1 million. I remember she has already given birth. and that cow she gave birth is actually money. So with just one cow, you don't need to go too far. Just one cow is enough for you to start a dairy. But then it depends on the kind of cow you have. It depends on the kind of cow you have. You cannot keep the Fulani white that will give you 1 or 2 liters of milk, and you want to be in business. One can no.
So,
or you cannot keep a
what kind of cow do one need to have to get into milk production? Sorry.
Okay, it depends on, you see, like I've been saying, you see, any cow that can give you milk at a commercial value is a cow that you can start dairy with, which means commercial value, let's say from 8 liters above. That is commercial value. But a cow that will give you anything below 5 liters and you have to feed that cow, it's not really commercially viable. So, but any cow that can give you at least a commercial quantity that you can sell from anything, from my own calculation, anything from 8 liters, so you are in business. You are in business.
Okay.
So you don't really have to go for the
Go on, sir.
I'm with you. You don't really have to go for the exotic breed, because actually when you are starting, I keep telling people that talk to me that start small. Don't spend too much money. Let your initial investment grow to a level where you can build mansions or have hundreds of cattle. Start small. That's the general rule. Start small. If you can manage just a cow, don't buy 2 cows. If you can manage 10 cows, don't buy 20 cows. There's no point in keeping a large number of herds of cattle when you can only maintain few. So get very few cows, maintain them well, and they will give you satisfaction. But the most important thing is getting the genetics of the cow. Get a cow that has a good genetics of milking genetics. Such a cow, if you keep that cow, it will give you something reasonable. But when you have, let me give you an example. I want to start dairy, and I went and picked Fulani white, and I bought 5 of them. Those five cows cannot give me 10 liters of milk. What am I doing? I'm feeding 10 cows, and I'm getting probably maybe 8-7 liters of milk a day. That is not good. I have to consider the maintenance. I have to consider the management. I have to consider the drugs. I have to consider the staff that will manage them. So there's no point. But with that 5 cows, if I can just buy one cross, one Friesian cross that will give me 10 liters, then she's a better cow than the 5.
That's wisdom. So if someone like me comes, I know you've mentioned one breed right now. So what breeds actually are breeds that you would recommend for someone that wants to start?
Okay, you see, I have a lot of people come to me and Aliyu, I want to start dairy and I want to buy heifers. I always tell my people, don't start with heifers.
Okay.
Don't make the mistake. I made that mistake before, and I will not recommend everybody to make that mistake. If you buy a heifer, maybe she's 6 months old. You have to manage her till when she's 1 year old. Then you have to manage her when you cross her for another 1 year old, which means you have 2 years before you start profiting from her. I always advise anybody that comes to me, get a matured cow. Lucky for you, she's pregnant. If she's pregnant, maintain her. In a few months, you start business. And then in Nigeria, we have 3 cows that you can call dairy cows. The local dairy cows we have in West Africa, which is the Sokoto Budali, the Azwat, and then the Kuri. These cows, if you Google them, these are the 3 major cows we have in West Africa that are locally dairy cows. And all of them are dual purpose breed, which means if you want to go into fattening, you can use the same cows for fattening. But then for the dairy aspect, these are the 3 cows you can choose from. The Sokoto Budali is the one that is most common around everywhere in Nigeria, which they call the Bokolo breed. She's the most common, and she's the one that most people are going into. And then the other one is Azwad. The Azwad, you get the Azwad between Katsina, Sokoto, Niger. This is where you get the Azwad, most especially in Niger. And then the Kuri is the breed that you get in Lake Chad, Maiduguri and Lake Chad area. The difference between these 3 cows is, I will always tell people that if you want to go into fattening, then go for the Kuri. She'll give you good milk if you're doing dairy, but fattening, she's fantastic because she's very tall. She has a very huge body. She has a very huge body. But if you want milk, then come back and pick the Aswad. The Aswad is very compact. She's smallish. She's smaller than all of them. Compact, but she'll give you good milk. And she has over 6% fat content in her milk. That is fantastic. Then, if you just want a cow that will give you milk and with a lot of body, then you can go for the Sokoto Gudali. I don't want the Sokoto Gudali because among the three, it has the worst milk. The worst milk, the milk is just like the milk of a Frisian. But if you want quality milk that has, you can feel the cream in it, then definitely you have to go for that. I would recommend the Aswad anytime, any day. Anytime, any day. Yes. The Kuri will give you also good milk. It has a very creamy milk also. Both of them have better milk quality than the Sokoto Gudali. I have seen crosses, and I always tell you from my experience, I have crossed with the Sokoto Gudali, I have crossed with the Aswad. I haven't crossed with the Kuri. But from the two crosses that I know, the crosses of the Aswads are actually the best cross. They give you more milk. I have seen an Aswad cross that is giving 20 liters of milk. With my own eyes, 20 liters of milk. And she's just a cross. So you see, if you're starting, I will always recommend get a matured cow. Start with a matured cow that is probably maybe 3, 4 years old or 5 years old. Keep her for 2 years. She must have given birth 2, 3 times. After that, dispose her and then continue. Because the whole idea is for you to start and make profit. Now you are starting a business, and for 2 years you are not making profit. Every day is input. Every day is input. How can you survive it? You can't.
You won't survive.
You can't go. Yeah. So you to get a soft landing. Let's assume you want to buy 4. Okay, you buy 2 heifers, then you buy 2 matured cows. They will maintain the herd for you for a certain period. When the heifers will be ready, then you can continue. This has always been my take, anyway.
All right, that's words of wisdom. If you're just joining us, we have Alhaji Aliyu with us, who is a dairy farmer in Katsina State in Nigeria, and he's been through it all. At least from the little, from the little we heard from him, he's giving us how he made the mistake and his successes as well. So our show, that's what it's about. Trying to get farmers out to start it right. So my next question, Alhaji, is how do you oust them? Are they left outside? Do you have to build a beautiful mansion for them? Do you how would someone want to house a dairy cow?
You see, a cow cannot differentiate a shack and a house. A cow cannot differentiate. What the cow needs is to be comfortable. So even if you have just 2 poles and then a straw roofing, the cow will be comfortable. Once she can feed and she has a shelter, she's perfectly okay. Most people make mistakes of investing too much on infrastructure in the farm. At the end, you realize when the real farm management starts, you are already worn out. A cow cannot differentiate anything. What the cow can differentiate is comfort and lack of comfort. So as much as you okay. So actually a cow cannot differentiate a shack and then anything. It has to be, you just have to give it a shelter and that's all.
So a shelter, that's all. Yeah, okay.
Okay, I'm with you.
Yeah, it's okay. So are they is there any regulation that a startup dairy farmer needs to go through? Is there like a department or a body you need to talk to before you say okay? Or is it something I would just get my farm ready and just start up? What are the regulations for someone to start up?
You see, the most important thing, like I said, is just get a shelter for your cattle. It could be anything. It could just be just wooden poles with a roofing at the top. Let it be comfortable. Then the most important is your food source. You can't keep animals when you haven't made arrangement for the feeding. So feeding, the most important thing for you is to get a good feeding that you've already made adequate arrangement on that.
Yes. Yeah, sorry about that, guys. We It's happening again. Our network issue, which we're always kind of like going through. We are live. So Alhaji should be back on anytime from now. And if you're just joining us, the show is Farmer Up TV, and we are talking to Alhaji Lawa Aliyu, who is a dairy farmer, and also it fattens up cow, so cow fattening as well, it does that as well. So we are here to talk about dairy farm precisely, and the business of cow milk, how to milk them, how to house them, how to shelter them, the management of dairy cow basically. And he's been able to share a lot of ideas with us about the shelter, how to just to make sure they are comfortable. He's been able to let us know the different breeds that will be best to start up with, and how many cow or cattle that you need to start up with, how you're not meant to just always check your pocket first before you actually start up. um and I know we have some viewers on the show already. Thank you, Sheena Kinsaya, for joining in. Also Mama Hasambe, thank you. Ola Samuel, thank you also for joining us. And also remember to like us on on Facebook, subscribe, like us, and share us on YouTube as well. And let's keep the conversation about farming going on. And we'll be right back with you immediately. Alhaji joins us back on here. Thank you. Hello, guys. Sorry, we're still waiting for Alhaji to connect back. Uh, and you know, it's a live show, so we still have other people joining us as well. Adetunji Adeyemo, Ibrahim Usman, Awasiu. Also, we have Hassan Abdullahi Drazy. Thank you for joining the show. Just give us a few minutes, and we should be back on the show with Alhaji to give us more information, talk to us more better. Also, we have Sanusi A. Eniton also on here. Thank you for joining the show as well. Alhaji should be back on, and we should continue the show by then. Thank you very much. And we have Alhaji back on, and sorry about the connection. Like I said, it's what it is. We're talking from different part of the world, and Nigeria sometimes we have issues like this. Alhaji, welcome back. Hello, Alhaji, can you hear us? Hello, Alhaji. Well, it seems the network is still not favorable for us, but we'll see how it goes. He should be joining us back again.
Okay.
Hello, Alhaji, can you hear us now?
Yeah, I'm with you.
Oh, okay. Thank you for coming back on the show.
Okay.
So, what were we?
We're actually discussing and what you need to start.
Yeah, exactly. We were discussing about what you need to start.
Yeah.
So, like I said, do you have to join any regulating body, like maybe an association or something before you get into dairy farming?
You see, the dairy farming, the dairy industry in Nigeria is it's just an upcoming industry. We don't have regulatory bodies that are there to see how you start, what you need to start, all these things. It's just the industry is just coming up now. So I honestly, I've never come across any regulatory body, but definitely I know when you start processing, then you need to see the NAFDAC, then the standard organizations. But for now, there's no any regulatory body. I think it's better for you to look around wherever you are. You go, you look around, see the people around you that practice the same thing. You try to join them, form an association, and then you guys can start from there. But definitely, there's no regulatory body that gives you a certain regulation like it's done in the outside world. That you have to start this, you have to have this in place, you have to have that in place.
Yeah.
In Nigeria, no, you don't have anything. You just start with what you have, and then along the line you can join any group you have available. Yes.
Okay. So then the aspect of feeding, what do this what do you feed them? Do you give them sort of like an injection to make more milk, or it's the feed? What exactly are they fed with?
You see, you don't if you're going to start doing that, to give the injections to give you milk, you're going to kill your cows. And look, a cow needs 4 things. A cow needs foliage. A cow needs carbohydrate. A cow needs protein, salt, good water. These are the most important things that a cow needs. If you have a good fresh green grass, most of the trace elements you need are already in that grass, that fresh green grass. You can serve your cattle, then you give them concentrate, depending on the body weight of the cow. But definitely, the most important thing that a cow needs is hay, whether foliage or whether dry hay. These are very important for a cow. No matter what you give, it's going to take, like an average Sokoto Gudali will need about maybe 15 kilograms of that hay a day. So you see, with that, then probably with maybe 3 kg of concentrate, your cow is good to go. It will give you milk. It will give you good body condition. That's all you need. But once you start giving your cow some injection to perform well, definitely that cow will not last well, will not last long, and then you end up having problems. You have to learn to build the immune system of your cow
Yep.
organically. Organically, you
Organically.
build the immune system of the cow, then the cow can give you what it can, and for a longer period. You can wash the cow, of course. Give her and then give her injection to give. We are washing the cow. It won't last long. It doesn't. It won't
Mm.
last long. But the most important is feeding. These four aspects of feeding are very important. Good water,
Mm.
good foliage, good carbohydrate and protein. That's all you need.
Mm. It's that.
And
That's
like I keep
an up.
telling,
Yep. Go on,
yes,
sir.
and like I keep telling my friends, it is. I find it much easier. Is cheaper and better for anybody to maintain a cow in the south and the eastern part of the country because it's cheaper. You have green grass almost year round. You can plant your fodder grass. You have a good rain. It will do well. Your cattle will feed well. It is far better and cheaper to maintain a cow in the south and the east than it is in the north. In the north, like in my
Oh.
place, we have only three months of good rain, and that is when you get green grass, and you have to buy it. Even the grass, you have to buy it. But in the
Wow.
south, there are so much land that you can employ people to go and harvest for you, and you can even plant your own. If I plant a
Anyone
grass in
plant?
Katsina, it will only be fresh for only 3 months, and the rest I will keep buying everything. Like what we do, everything I can tell you, whatever my cow feed is what I buy. But in the south,
Mm.
I don't need to do that. I don't need to do that. If I have 1 acre of land, I will divide the acre into two. One part I will keep my animals. The other part I will plant legumes. It will maintain my
Mm.
cows. I don't have to spend so much money on other concentrates and other things. The better legumes I have, the cheaper it is to maintain my cow.
18.
And apart from that, you have so many other variety of plants which you can give your cow in the south, which we in the north don't have that luxury.
Mm. There you have it, guys. I actually have a viewer on here that asked that question exactly. So definitely Alhaji just answered your question there. Also my next question is about do they actually the cows, the cattle, the cow, do they can you milk them year round?
Uh, there are cows that are exceptionally so good that she can give you even milk anytime. There are cows that even when you dry her, maybe she's 8 months pregnant and you want to give her a break of a whole month. That means you are drying her so that to prepare herself before she gives
Mm.
birth again to continue the milking. That cow, even at that period, if you milk her, she'll give you milk. There are exceptional cows, but generally most cows will give you milk for a certain period. Just when she's 8 months pregnant, then you have to dry her. You have to dry her
Mm.
to prepare her body, to prepare her other and everything, her system, so that she can give birth and then continue giving milk. So, which means on an average, a cow will give you milk 10 months a year. 10 months a
And
year.
for how long? How long would a cow give during the lifespan of that cow?
You see, if you maintain your cows well, especially if they are the local breeds, the local breed can actually, for a period of when she start first lactating, that's probably 2.5 years or 3 years, she can give you another 10 more years to 12 years,
10
still
years.
giving you good milk. Yes, still
Wow.
giving you milk. But if you have the exotic breeds, those ones will start lactating probably from when they are 2 years and a half to when they are probably maybe 7, 8 years, and some are gone. But
Mm.
that's why if you have crosses, then you are quite sure that your cross can last you over 12, 15 years and she'll still be doing well. And remember, it depends on how you manage the cow. If you manage the
Yes.
cow well, she's comfortable, she has a good
Mm.
environment, she's very comfortable, she will last you, she will be very grateful, and she will last you a very long time, giving you returns. But when you don't manage the cow well, she's maltreated all the time, she's not comfortable, she won't last long. She won't last long.
Mm.
So all depends on
Okay.
your management.
Okay. So I'm going to go to some of the viewers with their comments and questions. I have Shino Akinsoya who wants to know
Yeah.
if the Kuri breed will do well in the Southwest.
By nature, the Kuri breed will definitely do well, even better in the south, because the Kuri is the only cow that we know that loves water. It loves the rain. If you go to lecture, you see a Kuri can swim from one point for almost an hour in the river swimming to get a particular point where she will drink. The Kuri is the only cow we know that will enter a river and go down in the river to eat the grasses in the river.
Would
So
actually go
naturally, the Kuri
down.
loves,
Wow.
yes, naturally the Kuri loves water and it loves rain. So definitely, like other cattle where during the rainy season you realize they have issues. The Kuri, you don't have issues with the Kuri, definitely, because it's a cow that loves water. She loves water and she loves humidity. You see, most cows and most livestock have issues in the south because of the humidity and frost. But the Kuri doesn't have that problem. So definitely the Kuri will be a very good cow in the south. Definitely.
That's there you go, Shino. Who is also asking if the Frisian or Frisian hybrid are for sale in, if you have them for sale, if you actually have any Frisian breed for sale.
No, actually, as it is now, I have sold all my cows. I have issues with bandits, and I've
Okay.
disposed all my cows because bandits have attacked all the farms around me, and I was forced to actually do all with my cattle for now. So I'm now concentrating on my camel dairy. But definitely, I have a friend in Canada, which I know I've given some many guys his number. Anybody that is looking for a Fraser, these guys, this is business. He go around everywhere to get good quality cattle, and he sells them. So this guy can link me up. I can give him Ladan's number in Kaduna, and he can see him. This guy can get him any breed he wants.
Okay. So is it possible we get your contact so that we can have it show up on here?
Okay. I can give you Ladan's number. I don't have I can get the number and send it over to him. My contact. You can give him my contact.
Okay.
Yes.
What's your contact, sir?
Huh?
Okay. Can we have your contact?
070.
Okay.
070.
Okay.
190 363
363
17.
17. So that's 070-190-36317.
Exactly.
Okay, so I'm going to have that scroll up on screen. Is that okay with you?
No problem.
Okay, so Shino, I'm going to have Alhaji's contact scroll up on the screen. You would see it at the bottom of the screen, and you can contact him on there, and he should be able to advise you on getting whichever breed you want to get. So let's see. Let me just go back. We have Momo Asambe, who wants to know which breed is best for fattening in the Southwest.
You see, these three breeds we discussed about will do well in the Southwest. But then, you see, what the most important thing in the Southwest, you need to have a shelter from the rain.
Yes.
But each and every of these three breeds will do well. In fact, any cow will do well in the South so long as you can provide shelter. The rain could be a problem, like the Fulani white. The rain doesn't affect the Fulani white like it affects other cows. So Fulani white can do well, but the problem with Fulani white, you need to take a longer time because it's not by genetics. It's not a cow that is good for fattening. It will take a longer time, but definitely you get good result. It will take a longer time than any of the three, but you get a good result. So in the Southwest, any cow will do well, but definitely you have to provide a shelter from the rain.
Okay. So there you go, Mama. Also, I have Ibrahim Osman Awashiu, who wants to say hi to you. Says, welcome, my friend, my mentor, Alhaji Aliyu. So he's just welcoming you to the show.
Vale, Brian, thank you.
Oh, there you go.
Vale, Brian, also, thank you very much.
There you go. Brian Alhaji is saying hi as well. Though I don't know what he said, but I know he's saying hi definitely. So also I have Sanusi A Eniton. My question for Alhaji on feelings: how can we grow perceive feeds, and what are the best type of feed?
Okay. It depends on your location. Either you are in the north or in the south. If you are in the north, then definitely the best feeding you can give for your cattle now is to, when it comes to the foliage, you have the maize stalk, the rice straw, you have the granite leaf, the beans leaf. These ones are fantastic, and then the soya beans leaf stem. These ones you can crush it, you can crush them, mix them together, then with your concentrate, and then you have a good feed. The issue why it's good to when you have the rice straw. Now we realize that everywhere they are planting rice, and that rice straw is fantastic. It's fantastic. Most people don't know. I know before people throw it away, but definitely now people are beginning to become aware that this thing is good. There are two ways you can give it. You can do silage with it, haylage, or you can soak it in water overnight and then you give it to the animal, or you can give it directly. But definitely these things, if you can get the rice straw, the maize straw, the granite leaf, and then the soybean cake and mix all these things together, you have a feed that at least you have close to 7% crude protein content. Then you can add up with your concentrate, and then you are good to go. Now, but if you happen to be in the south, this is a completely different thing. Most people in the south don't actually, they don't consider you have a lot of cassava there. And then this cassava leaf is very high in crude protein, very high in phosphorus and potassium. Most people don't know this. Mostly in the south, you realize this thing is thrown away. Then you have the cassava peel also, very high in energy. Most people throw these things away. These things are very good for the cattle. If you can have these things, then you have a complete ration with the rice straw, and then with your concentrate. Now it could be maize bran or wheat bran, and then with little of protein in the form of soya beans cake or granite cake or cotton seed cake, and then those things will give you the good protein you need, and you can have your complete ration, and your cow is good to go.
There you go. Also, we're just going to do one more from the viewers. The other one will be from Owodunni Olufemi. Does the cow produce milk even without breastfeeding the calf?
Yes, yes. Mostly you realize, like they do in the Western world, once she gives birth today, by evening in the morning they separate the cow and the calf. The cow naturally continues giving you the milk. It continues giving the milk. You don't have to have the cow. It's not like the camel where you need the cow to stimulate the letdown of the milk. In the cow, it's not like that. It's just once you milk her, you get the milk. So you don't really need the cow to be present for you to get the milk. No, you don't do that. At any given time, the cow, if you milk her, she'll give you milk. And it's the same thing with the sheep. If you have a sheep, you can't milk her because you need the kid to stimulate the udder so that it can release down milk. Yes, just like the camel and then goats. But in the cow and goats, you don't need them. She will give you milk even without the cow. Even if you lost the cow, you can continue milking her.
Oh, so there you go, guys. Thank you for all the comments you have on there. We might still come back to it if we have time, but I'm going to also go back to Alhaji and ask or talk about some few things. I know you were talking about you were saying that you had to get rid of all your cattle. What do we do about security? How can
My
someone
brother.
manage security?
Okay, let me tell you what somebody I know is doing now. Personally, he employed local vigilantes who spend the night every day in his farm, every day. So whenever they see anybody they are not sure of, they blow whistles, and then these guys will leave. But personally, just in Nigeria, the security is our own problem. Nobody get your problem. Nobody cares because if they take your cows, government has not. There's nothing the government can do to you. So it's your own, it's your own problem. So honestly, on this issue, we just have to fold our arms and pray. Let's hope that things change. But definitely, you are on your own.
Wow, it's really sad that
But then, I know before this thing came, there was one time I was actually looking for microchips. Those you can implant under the skin of a cow. Now, with that microchip, you can take your cow anywhere she is. So, which means at least you have a security that even if you take your car, you can actually trace your car wherever it is. But let's assume, let's assume you have the microchip and then the cow is taken and you trace her into Zambiza forest. Will you go there to get the cattle?
Wow, that's true. Wow, so
maybe in the future technology can help us.
Well, it's really something that it's sad that farmers would have to go through such. We're trying to help feed the nation and all that, but they are not safe as well. That's really sad.
Certainly.
It's really, really sad. I don't even know what to say about it. I'm not based in Nigeria. I'm talking to you from Canada, but I have something doing in Nigeria as well, and I'm always so worried about that security aspect of it. But hopefully, we'll keep praying that things will change. That's
my brother. It is really sad. It is really sad because actually the farm that is close to my farm, they took over 80 cattle from those farms.
Wow.
And it's sad. And actually, most of the farms around me have lost cattle. I knew somebody that have lost over 400 cattle. It's sad. There's just nothing you can do. It is very, very sad. It's very sad. Probably we the farmers will have to come together and then probably have a colony where we can sit down, we can put our cattle and then find measures to protect ourselves.
That's
it's really sad. Now,
something needs to be done sooner or later. Something needs to be done, because it's sad when you hear stories like that. I don't even. It's a whole topic where you don't even have an answer to. We have an answer to what the cow we eat. Okay, how do I manage my cow? But that security aspect of it just seems to be, something nobody can say. This is how we're going to go about it, which is very, very sad. I'm so sorry that you have to go through that. But let's move to the camel production. Milk production in camel. How? What? How come? How? Just give us an insight about that.
Okay, you see, if you come over to the Africa, especially North Africa, you realize the Bedouins and then the Tuaregs, all these who have camels and they live on these camels. The milk is completely, like with the journal I read about it, is the next they call it the next food of what they call it, I can't remember. The food of the year. It has everything you need to sustain a body. It's the closest milk to the breast milk. It's the closest milk to the breast milk. And actually, the medicinal value of that milk is awesome. It's awesome. I know with the camel milk, I've read in how they use it in America. Is they use the camel milk to cure autism. They need it to, if you are taking the camel milk, you don't need insulin. If you are diabetic, high blood pressure, I knew somebody that have been cured with hepatitis from camel milk. So there's just a range of medicinal value that you can use the camel milk for. Even cancer. I know a customer that comes to me, and he from Katsina, we take every week, we give him 2 gallons. His wife have a cancer of the blood, and believe me sincerely, after 2 months, I have never met him. I have never seen him, but he called me and he was thanking me because his wife have improved drastically. She can feed well. She's getting better, and he was so happy about it. So I have met again a guy in Lagos whose son is autism. This guy is kind of violent. At times he sit down and then he keep hitting his head. But when he started using the milk, this guy was getting better. This guy can speak. This guy can communicate. And these are things that this kid could not do before. So actually, there's a range of medicinal values that this milk can do that actually is coming up now. Because I've read about it in America. It's the only milk that is allowed to sell to be sold raw. They don't pasteurize the camel milk. It's allowed to be sold raw so as to maintain the medicinal value of that particular milk.
Oh wow, there you have it, guys. It's the first time I'm hearing about it as well. So that's why I'm like so intrigued about it. When I was like, camel milk. I know camels
Yeah, I think
are,
like
predominantly to the eastern part of Africa, right? That's
yeah, North Africa
North
and North
Africa,
Africa too.
North Africa basically, and I know they use them as mainly product for transportation. I know some people eat camel meat. I've
Yeah,
read that, but the milk itself was not something I've actually heard about, which is totally interesting. So,
yeah.
but how do
If
you
you go to
manage such?
it's called the white gold. The milk is called the white gold.
White
That's the
gold.
general name for it. Yes.
Wow.
And there are actually, even yesterday I saw a farm in Canada is bringing up with camel milk. If you go to
Oh,
America, it's very common now. If you go to
I'll need to
Australia, it's
research
very
that.
common.
Maybe I'll need to do a
You
video
should.
about that. Yeah,
You should, my brother.
I will, and I'll try and do a video
You should.
about it fully.
So it's just a superfood. It's just a superfood.
Mm.
It's just a
Okay.
superfood. And apart from the fact that you can use the same milk to do cosmetics, lotions, soap, and it's good for the skin. Very, very good for skin. It's good for anti-aging. Perfectly good.
Wow. Okay, though I know today we're talking mainly about cow, cattle, and all that milk production, but I just had to ask you about that because it's
No
definitely
problem.
another topic I would want us to really go into. So hopefully we'll be able to have you on the show once again and talk basically about the camel part of things, because I know definitely the production of it will be management and production will be different. Maybe not entirely, but there will be some differences from cattle and all that.
Yeah.
So I have a question here, which I know you've kind of answered, but because of the viewer that asked, I would want to also, still put it out there. From Marcos Banjo, who says, apologies if this has been handled before. What's the startup cost for setting up a dairy farm, and what's the profitability like? I don't know if you want to touch base again about that. I know you've answered it, but I still
Yeah.
want you to say something about it.
Let's assume in Nigeria, and you're starting with probably, I think if with $500,000 naira, you are good to go. You can start with 3 cows. Those 3 cows can give you more than 10 liters of milk. Yeah, that's good. You can start there.
There you go, Marcus. With $500,000 naira, you should be able to start up with about 3 cows. And if you have more questions or you want to know anything else, you can also, contact Alhaji on his phone. I'm very sure he'll be able to help you out. Also, I have Kolawole, who says there's something about the urine too that can be talked about. I believe that's urine of camel he's talking about.
Yeah, you see, biblically, Islamically, there's a phrase where the prophet actually recommended some people that had some particular diseases to use the camel milk and the urine. And up till now, I know this thing has been in use now, because I know in the UAE now they even make the camel urine capsules which you can take.
Wow.
You see, what you use it from, the urine is taken as it's a medicine. It's a medicine, the urine itself. But then you combine the two. Like if you have a glass of milk with 5 spoons of camel urine, you mix it and you drink. It cleans your blood system. it cures cancer, it cleans your blood system.
Wow.
This I know many people use it. Yes, a lot of people. There are people that I know that will drink the urine directly itself. But then the best way is to combine it, like 5 portions of the milk and 1 portion of the urine. You mix it, you can't even tell the difference. So actually people use the urine here a lot, and I have been actually looking for somebody that can, a lady that is into the cosmetic that can use the urine, because the urine also can be used for cosmetics. I have tried it on my 8-year-old daughter, and we use the urine to wash her hair, and we steam it, and her hair was looking silk-like, and it grew well, very well. So you can use the urine actually for cosmetics also. Apart from the medicinal value of the urine, it can be used for cosmetics also.
Okay. Wow. Like I said, we're gonna have to talk about this again more and more about the caramel production. We're just going to go back on our topic right now, which is cattle and cow milk production. How do you make sure that the milk are consumable? How, I don't know if you understand what I'm saying. Just to make sure, it's not contaminated. It's not. What are the steps that you take to make sure that when you're actually giving to people, it's good?
You see, is the way I will handle the milk in the north will not be the same way I'll handle the milk in the south. Because in the milk in the north, even if the milk is fermented, people will use it. People will still buy it. In fact, some people prefer it fermented. But in the south, you see, because the south doesn't have a culture of fura, so actually it has to be fresh milk at any given time, probably for yogurt. But in the north, I can afford to get my milk. I don't even have to pasteurize it. The cow milk, I will leave it, and it will get fermented. Even if after 3 days, people will come looking for that particular one, and they prefer it. But definitely, the best way you can handle the milk, if you collect the cow milk, pasteurize it. Then if you want to go into Greek yogurt, you can go into Greek yogurt. If you want to ferment it, then later at that time you can also ferment it. Because in the north, no matter whether it is yogurt, whether it's fermented milk, whether it's whatever, people will still buy it, and people want it. Which is quite different in the south. In the south, it has to be either yogurt or nothing else.
So basically, you need to add some kind of value to that milk.
Yes, exactly.
Wow. So, and do you have to add any kind of to ferment them and everything? Do you have to add any kind of extra stuff?
Inoculant.
Oh, okay.
Actually, I don't. What I normally do, because I have the customers, and they, no matter, like I said, in the north, no matter how it is, people will buy. But what we normally do is, as soon as we pasteurize it, then you take an old yogurt, and maybe the one you did few days back, maybe 2 or 3 spoons of that. You mix it with the one you pasteurize, and then give it 8 hours, and you have Greek yogurt. That's all. I don't use any chemical inoculant or any enzymes. No, we use from one yogurt to another. That's all. That's what we use. That's what one beneficial bacteria to another beneficial bacteria. That's what we
to
do.
Another beneficial thing. Okay, that's good. Oh wow, I've really learned a lot from you today, and I'm so grateful for you being on the show. It's wonderful how agriculture itself takes you to a different, like there's a saying right now in Canada that in fact they've turned into stickers on cars and everything. They say no farmers, no food.
Certainly.
That's just the main thing right now. If you see cars going about, you see the big stickers on them, and they're like, no farmers, no food, no farmers, no food.
Oh, that's great.
And it's agriculture is just it's a way of life. It's life itself, because without it, how do we feed ourselves? How do we feed our family? How do we feed the nation? So every aspect of agriculture is just very intriguing
You
and
see,
wonderful
uh,
to be part of.
I think you're right. You see, I think we have to look at agriculture in a different perspective. It should be a
That's a big,
business, no matter
yeah.
what. From this guy, from one guy that will buy 10 cows to this person that will buy one cow, or to this person that will buy one goat, or probably one duck or one chicken.
Mm,
Look at it as a business. Look at it as a business and treat it as a business. And
as a
definitely,
business.
whatever that you need to, whatever you are keeping, whether a livestock, whether you are in a farm, let it be a business and let it be a source of revenue for you. Do it well in such a way that it will provide revenue for you. I have seen
Mm,
somebody who has only three local chickens, and it grew to almost 100 chickens. And this guy
mm,
started a business. So it
mm.
doesn't matter. You can start small, and then whatever you have, treat it as a business. And believe me sincerely, you have nothing to lose.
Oh, that's one of the reasons why we are starting up this show, to try and get people's perspective, change it entirely and let them understand that, agriculture is just not it's not an hobby. It's a business where
Exactly.
you have to, get into it right. I'm just going to quickly touch on one more question from our viewers, which is Shino Akinsoya, who wants to know if breeding camels would do well in the southwest as well.
Camel will do well because now camel will do well in the southwest because we have them in America now everywhere. But then you have to understand one thing. If you're keeping in the southwest, which means there will be a lot of rain. So
Hmm.
once the rain and humidity, then probably you have to learn to treat it. And then you have this fly, tsetse fly.
Just fly,
Then
yeah.
probably you have to go through some actually vaccinations so that it can live very well. But a camel,
Hmm.
no matter naturally it's a desert animal, but if you
Yeah.
bring it into anywhere, it will live perfectly. I see
Hmm.
how the Amish in America are
Yeah.
living with the camels.
Hmm.
I see how they do very well. So which means it will do anywhere, even the south, it will do very well in the south. I have people that call me from Ondo, from Oshun, looking for cow milk. So if we can have somebody that can camel milk, so if we can have somebody that can keep camels there, why not? And moreover, you have a lot of forest there. Camel doesn't have a
Hmm.
problem. Let it loose. To get
Hmm.
somebody to bring it back home. Simple. You don't even have to feed it there. You don't even have to go any stress. The vegetation there is enough to maintain your camel perfectly and to give you all what you need. You don't even have to spend anything.
Hmm. Wow, thank you so much, Alhaji. It's been wonderful talking to you again. I think his connection is bad again. Um, we're just gonna wait a few minutes to see if he comes back on, so that we can actually appreciate him. But before that, I really want to appreciate you guys for viewing in on the show live and for joining us and commenting on the show. If we've not been able to touch on your questions or comments, do know that we will go back on our Facebook or YouTube page to do that. And do like us and share with your friends. Let them, see how wonderful it is to be part of this conversation. Like I said, it's now a thing. No farmers, no food. So we need food basically to be able to let our economy, our nation grow, keep going better, because that's the main thing that would take us a long way. And thank you once again for joining us. I'm just going to wait a little bit to see if Alhaji will join us back. If not, then we're just going to sign up properly. Thank you for joining us back again. Alhaji is still not able to sign in. But I just want to say thank you to Shino Akisoya, Momo Asabi, Ola Samuel, Sanusi A. Eniton, Ibrahim Usman Awasiu, Hassan IBN Abdullah Drizi. Also would like to say thank you to Adetunji Adeyemo and also Marcus Y. Banjo, Owodunyo Lufemi, and Rashida Zabiri and Kolawole Muchu Bashir Omotosho. Thank you guys for joining us. And we're glad to have you on the show. And thank you, Alhaji, once again. We know you're trying your best to log in and you've not been able to log in. Thank you so much for giving us this fun. And we hope we'll be able to bring him back on the show to give us more info about the camel production, for instance. And we would call on him and see if everything would be able to we'll be able to arrange everything with him. Thank you so much, and remember, no farmer, no food. Let's keep the our nation, going. Let's do this right, and let's keep the conversation going. Thank you so much, and do have a lovely day. Till we see you next time on the show. It's from me, Ayo, and stay blessed.